Okay. So this time I, on purpose, didn't bring any of my supplies because last time I didn't, we had a whole crowd of people, but now it's you and me, our special time together. So wonderful. Let me get my notes. We having this great conversation with the librarian, and I feel like I have this conversation a lot, so I want to open class with this. I actually was weeding things out on my website. I found things I didn't even know were still there. I read one of my old blogs, and I was sort of like pulling on my heartstrings about how much I loved doing that. And this like very regular theme that has shown up in, I would say, the last like 5 or 6 conversations is that that moment of struggle. What do we do with that? Like the thing that just feels hard, and like this challenge that shows up with the phone service people, or the challenge that shows up with the different skill levels with that cupcake decorating class, and my challenges with my day yesterday and the weekend, and like what I imagine as like supposed to really creates what I imagine creates this like plan and this flow. I'm really sort of putting up obstacles in my own way because there's no supposed to. There's just this like moment of right now of, well, what are we going to do with this? What, like, it's not good or bad. It's just like this thing in front of us. And so the theme for today is checking in again with the heart. We worked with the heart last week. We have the chakras above that. That heart space is that tipping point, that like middle. We have 3 above and 3 below. We had 2 classes prior. We were in that third. We were right at that tipping point. And I feel like I'm revisiting this in my own mind for my own lessons about like, where do I go from here? Like, what is this moment? Am I stuck on my supposed to? Am I right here? Am I going to tap into wisdom? Am I going to just surrender? Surrender is not the same as giving up. So we're revisiting this tipping point, this heart space. And above that, we have the throat chakra. We have the third eye chakra, the brow chakra, sometimes it's called. And then we have the crown chakra. And today we have, I will back up, we have one more class. So we're going to combine the heart again, the throat, and the third eye today. And then next week, we're going to be focused on the crown chakra, and we'll talk about why that is in class, and how governing that area is of so many of our systems. But there is this really beautiful flow between the heart, our purpose. I'm pointing to my chest right now, and it is I don't know what. Okay, my microphone is unmuted. Okay. When we identify ourselves, when I say, "Oh, I'm Sarah," I point to my chest. I point to my heart, and this is this expression of ourself. And very often we use that throat chakra for saying our name, identifying our boundaries, passions, our needs, our wants, our desires. That throat chakra listens to the heart and tells the story of the heart. In the brain that help us see our future. So our eyes actually don't see, just like our ears don't hear, and our tongue doesn't taste, and our nose doesn't smell. Those are sensory organs that take in information to our brain. And our brain is the part of our body that sees and hears and smells. It's our organ of pain, it's our organ of pleasure. Our brain is the thing that creates the story. Very often, and right now, whenever I talk, even if I'm teaching, it's so much easier for me to do that with my eyes closed because I imagine my words. I take away things that distract me. I take away things that overstimulate me, things that interrupt my story. And I do understand that it's not the best way to present with confidence, but it is the best way that I've found for me to present from my heart, where I'm using this third eye, I'm engaging, using my throat chakra, and I feel like I'm speaking from my heart. I create this beautiful pathway where all these things come together in like science, biology, that's a plexus. I feel like I'm creating this plexus of this rhythm. My voice is different when my eyes are shut. I feel like my message is different when my eyes are shut because I intertwine those important parts of me. And I found this way that I can get a lot of other things out of the way. We're supposed to. I'm supposed to talk about this. I'm supposed to make eye contact. I'm supposed to also tell a good story. I'm supposed to communicate from my heart. I'm supposed to offer these parts of me that are important. So my message can be important. That can weave itself together. I can feel real. That needs to be part of my story, my message. So today we're going to imagine what might be our story with our heart and our mind, that third eye, or maybe the throat. Do we get choked up when we try to talk about our needs? Do we lose our voice when we're angry? Do we lose track of what our voice is projecting when we're angry? Um, and starting to think about emotions, what emotions come to mind when we think about green, blue, indigo? We have green for the heart, blue for the throat, indigo for the third eye. And we can I can very easily imagine this transition and how all these colors really work together. Below the heart, we had yellow, red, orange. They blend together and create their own set of blending. And then I think when we get to the heart, we have our own set of blending from green to blue to indigo, and then that crown chakra is purple. This flow this area of the body, these parts of life that I've imagined or that I've offered for us to imagine, what emotions come up when you're thinking about it? Like I mentioned, we talked about anger in several of the other meditation classes. Just taking this moment to think about it. Green, very often that's represented a representation of envy, blue, sadness, depression, fear, vulnerability, The neck represents vulnerability in art, nature. Use that as a place to test for survival. Going for the jugular. Noticing what I'm thinking. Noticing how that maybe makes our body feel. Our mind wander. Maybe stressful. Maybe our heart is racing. Our memory creates same visceral, which means our body, the same response of our body. And memory creates the same visceral response in the body as an actual event. If our brain isn't seeing, hearing, tasting, knowing, it sorts out information. It can't tell what's really happening. So what is a memory? A thought? It's this organ that never sees the light of day. It just perceives it. It never actually sees our challenges, our limiting beliefs, or our limits. It just believes in them. And it so that vulnerability, sadness, who believe that they're part of something productive, our brain is going to create that reaction. If we believe that they're part of the process, showing us what we need, telling us what's important, what we want, directing us to our purpose, directing us to healing. That's the process of inviting in the form of love. We have to trust our heart. We have to trust our audience when we're using our voice, asking for what we want and need, talking about a boundary. And we have to trust the process of that third eye, that trust of imagining something better, trust of trying to visualize a better day, a better moment, a lesson, trusting that there is guidance to the end of the story, trusting that I could let go, surrender, allow, be clear, use my voice, use my heart, be clear about what I want, not how I'm going to get it. If I start telling a story, I have to tell 100 more. And each one of those stories, I have to tell 100 more. Because there's an infinite amount of opportunity. And to be specific about what I want, and put some money, aiming for, and I'm going to trust art will guide me. Voice will direct my attention and focus, will get people out of my way, get myself out of my way. And third eye, keep that vision of what I want most on the radar. I create that. I think about the struggle. I'll be inviting in more struggle. I think about the flow, ease, how I find pressure of our heart, the throat, and our brow. Chakras are all woven together. Helpful or not helpful, whatever you look for you. Fidgeting with my hands, I'm going to take the hand and put it on my heart. I'm going to take my other hand, which just happens to be my right hand on my heart, and my left hand is touching my forehead. So that my hands have something to do. Something to do. And I have this connection. I'm aware now. My posture of my body. Just aware, nothing's right, nothing's wrong. I'm noticing my head reached for my hand. And now I'm going to put my head over my heart. And I'm going to let my hand reach for my head. I'm noticing how that might feel different. Finding an alignment, finding that function. It might feel awkward. Great. Maybe we've never done here before. Maybe this is what the flow feels like. Measure in distance with love. Not frustration, not trouble. What am I learning? What feels uncomfortable because I've never done it. Sometimes it's things you want is because we know how to struggle. We know how to pinch pennies and to deny or create joy with moment, struggle. We reward ourselves. We that process. We might be trying to get rid just a quick breath for 1 minute to continue in this posture, head over heart, and and together. I take away my fingertips from my forehead and my body. So that might be a it might feel easier. It might feel lighter. Complicating my words, maybe no might feel more like a sentence. Maybe yes might have more of a voice from the heart. Maybe some other expression, like three, and the inviting breath that I am capable, capable of words, capable of connection, capable of effort, capable of receiving back what I need, capable, and then invite me to see out of the heart with finding space, moving around a little bit. So you can imagine our heart over our hips. Moment to settle with that. You can invite in the head over the heart over the hips. While you listen to my voice, finding some movement in the body, finding a movement. Come back into this world full of telephone, company, stress, and discomfort in life. And we have a little bit of a new rhythm to be able to engage with that. And I'm going to pause this recording and then we can talk. And I just want to say we have one more class here in the Candor Library next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. You can be here like this beautiful group or attend via Zoom, which is being recorded. The recordings are available on the Candor Library is posting the links for connecting to the YouTube channel Align with Sarah, which is you can also go directly there to connect with them. And please take a moment to visit the website alignwithsarah.com, sign up for newsletters so you're connected to all the resources that I offer regularly, both available remote access or in the Align with Sarah community classroom. Thank you so much for being here. I will talk to you again real soon.